Yeah, I guess I would say it's really basic, right? Adoption is one. I mean, just saying, is the organization ready to adopt? And finding those areas across your organization are sort of going to be the early adopters. And as a CIO, what we're trying to do is actually not sort of lead that, but let actually the customer sometimes lead that. Create the infrastructure, make sure you validate the requirements with the customer, work in partnership with them hand in hand from inception all the way towards sort of a development and implementation approach. So that's what I think has worked well for us thus far, but we're really struggling with trying to now move that into the mainstream, right? So we'll work on this little project, but now, when we want to go to the big bang of, really core mission, that's really now the next big step, I think.
Right.
So I think we're right at sort of the beginning of that.
Right. Does it require you to look at different governance structures? I mean, do you have some employees that are not really sure what this all means and those kind of issues?
Absolutely. I mean, so different governance structures and also giving them sort of other options. So, we've created sort of a virtualized test bed where they've been allowed to actually come in and play sort of with the cloud offerings that we have, test them out, sort of take them through their paces, much like they would do with their hardware that's sitting underneath their desk. So I think giving them those opportunities is huge from a standpoint of looking at the rate of adoption. I guess the other part of that is really looking at just the cultural issues. I mean, so they're going to be, at my center I look at haves and have-nots. I look at the cloud as an opportunity for the have-nots to kind of rise up to the same level as the haves.
Wow.
Right? And so kind of looking at those other parts of your organization that are not that don't necessarily have the big dollars that need the compute and the storage and the capabilities. And so looking at those cultural differences in your organizations and looking for those folks that are sort of in pain and saying that we have solutions for you that could move you up or ahead of where your counterparts are that have the big money.
Right.
And so looking at it from that perspective. So those are two ideas that I would offer.
Yeah, terrific.